Yes, as a copywriter, you can easily build your business to 10K months, travel the world, and literally be turning your words into cash in the bank. However, most copywriters, fail to achieve this. And that's because of these 5 very deadly reasons. Does this mean there is no hope for you anymore in this life? Well, not at all. Once you are aware of these 5 pitfalls, you can easily avoid them and start building a successful career as a copywriter. So let's get started. Hey, my name is Darius Lucas, and on this channel we talk all things marketing, copywriting, and online business. And I'd love you to share in the comments down below, where are you at in your own copywriting journey? And now let's start with 5 deadly pitfalls most copywriters fall into. Pitfall number 1. Sales skills. A lot of the time, beginner copywriters think that copywriting is about the art of writing. And they're right, it is. However, the most important skill that you have to have as a copywriter is having the ability to sell through words. It's having the ability to sell through your writing. For that, you need to become a good salesperson and use the sales skills in your copy. You also need to become the student of human behavior and human psychology. You need to be studying the impact your words might have on people. You need to learn how to craft your copy in a way that it becomes powerful, that it becomes effective, that it actually makes people take action. So it's not enough to write or write well. You need to be a salesperson. You need to cultivate your sales skills. And for that, you need to become a psychologist. You need to become a human behavior specialist. And I know that I make it sound quite difficult, but it's not the matter of obviously going and getting a degree. I'm not saying that. It's the matter of understanding that copywriting is much more than just writing your words onto paper. It's actually tapping into the human mind and connecting with your reader, with your prospective client. So if you do want to succeed as a copywriter, ask yourself, how can you train yourself to be a psychologist, a salesperson, a human behavior specialist? And that will of course include not only observing the world around you, observing the social media, analyzing and breaking down other ad campaigns, but also reading books on psychology, reading books on marketing, reading books on copywriting, reading books on human behavior, and cracking the code of who we are as human beings. Now, if you are able to do that, I guarantee that very soon you'll become a successful copywriter. Number 2, it's a business, darling. Well, this is something that a lot of copywriters fail to understand. That if you embark on your copywriting career, you want to work freelance, essentially you end up running a business. And in order to run a business, you need to act like a business owner. For that, you also need to become a good salesperson in terms of actually selling your services. Because obviously as a copywriter, you are now going to be selling products and services for your clients. But also you have to sell your own copywriting services to your clients. In order to do that, not only that you have to become really clear on what type of copywriter you are and what is your ideal client, and we do talk about this on this channel quite a lot, but you also have to run your business as a business. And that entails actually having goals, planning out your quarter, understanding how you're going to be going out and looking for clients, having a strategy, putting a strategy together. And I know that this might sound also quite overwhelming, but you can take it step by step and, having a plan for the upcoming month or having a plan for 2 months, having a goal as to how many clients you'd like to get this particular quarter. Because this will rewire your brain to understand that actually you are in charge of a business and you need to bring in the revenue, as opposed to, I'm kind of just, looking for a client here and there. I'm gonna maybe post something, maybe I'll find a client on Fiverr, or maybe the gods of copywriting will literally descend upon me and, gift me a client. Well, no, that's not gonna happen. So you need to really become proactive and you really need to understand that you are now a business owner. If you get that, if you understand that you are now a business owner and not only a copywriter, you put yourself ahead of all the other copywriters that don't get that. And you're suddenly on the fast track to success. And if you're liking the video, don't forget to click like and subscribe, because every week I put out new videos about copywriting, marketing, and online businesses to help you grow your career as a copywriter. Reason number 3 why 95% of copywriters actually fail, and that is rewrite, edit, polish. Well, that has to become your mantra if you want to become a copywriter, or if you want to be a successful copywriter, more importantly. Because the act of copywriting, whilst it is creative, it is fun, it is super exciting actually to be doing that job, it's also quite a mundane undertaking, or at least an undertaking that requires some granular attention and effort from you. Meaning that once you've written your copy, your job doesn't finish. You actually then have to go over your copy over and over again and edit it. You have to polish it. You have to rewrite bits of it. You have to really understand that being a copywriter doesn't only start and end with actually, writing a copy. It's also very much about rewriting your copy. So if you're willing to rewrite and rewrite and rewrite, and if you're willing to edit and constantly polish your copy until you get your perfect version to send it to your client, then you are sorted. You can definitely succeed as a copywriter. But this is one of the skills that you really need to hone and accept that this is part of your job as a copywriter. So keep repeating your mantra: rewrite, edit, polish, rewrite, edit, polish. Number 4, portfolio riddle. Well, this is the question that I get asked a lot. How do I build a portfolio without having clients? And how do I get clients without having a portfolio? And this is where it gets tricky. This is where a lot of people give up. This is where a lot of people fail. And this is where a lot of people think, well, this is not for me. Because I always say, go out there, go on your social, go out in your local town, find businesses that need help, that need your support. And if they don't want to pay you, which is quite likely if you haven't got your track record and you can't prove that you're actually going to be of value to the business, you can offer to help them for free, and you can offer to, revise their ads or write up a landing page for them and so on, and do that for free in order for yourself to actually get some assets for your portfolio. And a lot of people that I work with, they say to me, well, I don't want to do that for free. I want to be a paid copywriter. And you see, that's all very good, and that's a fair intention to have. But when you're starting out, you have to understand that you need a track record, you need referrals, you need somebody to vouch for you and somebody to give you a testimonial, or actually somebody at the end of the day to say, well, this is an amazing copywriter, hire them. And for that, you might need to do some work, not a lot of work, but some work for free. And this is something that really discourages people. This is something that people think, well, it's not my instant road to success. I'm not going to make $1 million by selling my services for free. And that's true, you won't. It's not going to happen. But you're definitely more likely to then make $1 million later on in your life if you start somewhere, if you start with a couple of good clients that you serve for free, that see your value, that like you, that later on possibly hire you as a paid copywriter and refer you. And also they become immediately your success stories. They become the stories they can then put on your website and advertise your services. So I'd say you have to have patience and you have to build your portfolio. And if you are willing to do that, and if you are willing to put in the work, I'm pretty sure that sooner or later, your career as a copywriter will take off. Number 5, research skills. This is the last reason why the majority of copywriters actually fail, and that is that they are not willing to become researchers. And you might say, well, Darius, actually copywriting is not data analysis, it's much simpler than that. What research are you talking about? Well, for example, you get a client in a surgical laser space, and it's a clinic, a beauty clinic that is using lasers for various types of surgeries and procedures and treatments. Now, most of us have no knowledge how these type of things actually function and work. So obviously, if you are a copywriter and you get a client like that who possibly offers to pay quite well, that means you will actually end up having to research quite a bit. You'll have to understand what types of lasers they are using, what those lasers do, and how to actually talk about these treatments in a way that the customers understand. But you will also have to look at the competition. You'll have to understand what other clinics are doing in the same space. You'll have to understand what lasers they are using. And is your client using a better laser than, for example, these other clinics? And then you also have to figure out how to talk about lasers in a way that it actually is appealing to a person that comes across the clinic's website. You have to understand what language to use that is understandable and yet professional. And obviously, it's quite a bit of work. So you have to be ready to put in the work into your research if you want to succeed as a copywriter. Now, I know that I peeled away a layer of glamour of this path as a copywriter, but I've done it intentionally. I wanted to guide you and show you the possible points of failure or the possible pitfalls, deadly pitfalls, where you could, end up giving up on your career as a copywriter. However, if you take what I've just shared on board and actually plan for it, if you actually strategize, if you actually anticipate it, I'm pretty sure you'll avoid all of these 5 pitfalls and will be able to build a very successful career as a copywriter. And this is why this beautiful channel is here. So don't forget to click like and subscribe. And now there are 2 videos coming up on your screen. One of them is a free copywriting course which guides you in quite a lot of detail how to build your career as a copywriter. And the other video is about how to get your first client. So click above, continue watching, and I will see you in the next video.